Hey guys, this is Brother Ming. I'm here to shoot a quick video for all of you guys who are receiving the games over the course of this week and the next couple weeks for you non-domestic people. And that is for the little unit standee box. So the game comes with these little standee cards that you can use to denominate your units on the map. You can also use dice if you like, color-coded dice. But these come with the game because I thought they would look really cool. And they do. They look really nice. But they are a pain in the ass to set up and tear down because there's, over 120 of them. So I made this print and cut box that you can use to store and categorize, basically sort through all of them alphabetically. So that's much easier. Say you want, I don't know, Sutter. You would just go to S, pull out all the S cards, and in the back, Sutter's right there. So, all the seasonal units are in the back by their banner. Everybody else is alphabetical. All right, so to make these, because I know it can be a little bit intimidating for people who haven't done much arts and crafts before, it honestly takes only about less than 10 minutes to build one of these. So I'm going to show you how to do it right here on camera. So not everybody's going to have a fancy cutter like this. I recommend getting one if you like arts and crafts, especially if you're going to get into print and play board games, and especially if you want to make custom cards for this game. But even if you don't have one, scissors will work fine just for cutting out the outlines. So we're just going to go ahead and do that on camera right now. You can skip forward if this part is too boring for you. So, line it up, cut, line it up, cut, line it up, and cut, line this up, and cut. Now, I'm not going to show the cutting of these into individual separators, but this is very straightforward. You're just making straight line cuts. Now, once you've cut this way, the rest you can either do with scissors, or what I like to do is use a metal ruler and an X-Acto knife. These X-Acto knives, you can still buy them for like $2 off Amazon. In fact, if you buy $8 worth, you get 2 of them and like a pack of 20 blades, so you'll never run out. A metal ruler is always really nice to have for cutting because you can't slice into it, and it protects your fingers. So, we're gonna make some big cuts right here on this. My hair get in the frame? I don't think my hair's getting in the way. My hair is green now, by the way. So, this cut first. So I'm gonna press down hard on it. And then over here, I'll press down over here as well. All right, that's 2 cuts. Cut right here. Cut right here. Using an X-Acto knife is not actually faster than hair scissors for this kind of cut. But I will show you why you almost need an X-Acto knife in a little bit. Which is why I'm going to tell you to go get one. If you don't have an X-Acto knife, a box cutter will basically do the same exact thing. X-Acto knife is just a little bit easier to use. A little bit more exact. Here. Alright. These 2 large cuts. Oh, that's my cat. His name is Curio. We adopted him over a year ago. We named him Curio because he was very curious. But in retrospect, we should have named him Fat Ass because that's basically what he is now. Alright, so now we've cut all this out. So, this next step is why you really need an X-Acto knife. So first, you are actually going to want to make sure this area is cut, this area is cut, this area is cut, and this area is cut, because you're going to fold along those edges. Addition to that, you're going to want to cut this line and that line as well. So we'll do that right now. You can do this freehand because it's so tiny. Don't really need a ruler. so that's cut. This is cut. All right, so next part is scoring. Now, you don't need to do this step, and you can just go ahead and start folding it along the edges, but it is a lot easier to fold straight lines if you score it gently, and that's why the X-Acto knife or box cutter could come in handy. You could actually just use a fruit knife or a pair of scissors if you really want. You don't want to buy these. It does work. You don't need these tools, but it just makes it a little bit easier to do. So scoring is what you're going to do is you're going to line up your ruler against that line, or freehand it if you're really steady-handed, and you're just going to lightly press the knife into it to score the line. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to go right here. We're going to lightly drag our knife across that line. You don't want to cut through it, obviously, but if you do, or you come close, that's actually not that big a deal. I'll show you why. So we're going to do over here as well. Lightly score that. Score this line right here. All right. I'm going to score this line, and this line as well, and this line. So that is 1. Oops. 2. 3. And 4. Now you also notice several of the lines that I scored, we could have actually scored earlier when we were cutting. That saves time. I just wanted to do the separate steps to show you what I'm doing. Now, if you notice, you can't see them on the back, but when I fold, you're gonna get a super easy, super crisp single. Did I score this one? Yes, I did. I must have not scored this one hard enough. But see, even then, even if you don't score it very hard, you get a very nice, very crisp, clean fold. That's gonna make a much better folded, just a arts and craft product overall in the end. Now you might be saying, oh, well, what if my hand is unsteady? What if I did not score this one. What if I accidentally score too hard? And I'll show you with this one right here. So I'll say I score a little bit too hard, right? Boom, you can see that cut on the other side. Now this is really flimsy, and you don't want that. All you need to do is take a piece of regular Scotch tape and just, maybe not that long, a shorter one, and just tape over it on the inside of the cut. And when you do that, that will actually reinforce that fold, right? But still maintain that super crisp line. In fact, I actually would recommend you do it for this because this is a joint. Just stick a piece of Scotch tape on that either way, even if you did score it perfectly. And of course, I cut my Scotch tape a little bit too long, so we're just gonna double up and do it this direction. Boom. So even if you score a little bit too close to home, no worries. Now is the last step, now that we've cut everything, is we're going to glue it. Actually, this part, I forgot. Oh, sorry about that. Is you actually want to cut this part as well. Just for gluing. All right. So everything is cut now. We've already folded everything with our score lines. Here, fold that. Right. This folds in. This folds in. Everything folds in very nicely. All right. Last step is gluing. Now, you have a couple options. This is a tape roller, which you can roll to apply a strip of tape. This is super glue. And you have a glue stick. Either one that you choose to use will work. I will show a little bit of everything. But personally, my favorite is the super glue. It's the easiest to use. Because super glue is a chemical reaction, it's not actually sticky inherently, but rather bonds because of pressure and heat. It's a lot easier to control. So even if you screw up a little bit, you actually have a little bit more leeway than using the glue stick and the roller. Although the roller is probably the most easy to control. You have to kind of do in long patches. And here we have a lot of tiny little places where the roller won't be as good. So I will use all three to demonstrate how they work. So first, we have our super glue. We want to dab a little dot right here. We dot a little dot right here. Got our 2 dots. We want to just put them in like so. Because, like I said earlier, it is a chemical reaction. It is not inherently sticky. It's not actually gonna stick. It's gonna be wet and it's gonna be loose until you press it like so. Same on this side. Once you get it lined up, you just go ahead and press. And that is actually what's gonna bond it. And once you do, it forms a super glue bond. It's impossible to get rid of. And it is very, very nice and stiff. All right, so there we go. That part's done. We're gonna use the tape roller next for the longer strips. So we have here this section, and we're just gonna apply tape roll onto it. And I find this part is a little bit cleaner if you put something underneath, so you don't get tape all over your work surface. So I'm gonna do that. Boom. Do that. There. I'll do this. There. Now we have 3 strips of tape, all done. All right. So first things first, we're gonna glue the edges together. So fold that in. It's a little bit more annoying to work with because obviously you have tape on the entire thing now, so it's gonna stick to your hand if you're not careful. All right, so now that's stuck down. Unlike super glue, this is tape, so it's instant. So you don't have as much leeway, in my opinion, to fix things if you screw up. So we're gonna put that there. Boom. Glue this down. Boom. Glue this down. Done. All right, and before we bring this side down, we're gonna wanna put something here. And for this tarp, we're gonna use the glue stick. I don't know why I'm going through all of these, just in case you're not too comfortable with arts and crafts. Just wanna make sure you know, like, you can use all kinds of supplies to do this. Apply some glue stick. I personally do like the permanent glue sticks by Scotch. They're not for kids arts and crafts. They're much better for these kind of paper arts and crafts, and it will actually stick better. So we press that on, and we press this on. But glue stick, if you had to ask me which one I like the least for this project, glue stick would be my least favorite because it's a wet glue stick, right? Glue stick is much better for like gluing large swaths of things, for scrapbooking, that kind of stuff. Not really great for these kind of finer detail works. But either way, boom, we have our thing done. And you can now see it's actually quite tight to the point where it will not fall off at all. It's quite nice and sturdy. You can reinforce it if you like with some more paper. Either way, you can double up a second sheet of paper on it before you start cutting. But either way, that is that. I'll show you here. And put all our unit cards in there. And if you look at the length of this video, it's only been 14 minutes so far. I talked through a lot of it. Really, it takes me less than 10 minutes to make one of these. Unfortunately, I can't make these for you guys. Several hundred copies, even at 10 minutes each, it's gonna take out way too many weekends of my life. Packing these boxes literally take about the same amount of time. So as you can see, they're all in. You can press it on in. It's quite a tight fit. How tight the fit is, you can actually control with how well you glue this final step or this upper step. But if you just follow the lines, it will form this very nice tight seal. This one's a little bit more tight than I would like it to be, but it's tight enough so that when you do it like this, it won't actually fall out. It'll fall out eventually, but you know, it's tight enough that it's pretty sturdy. So that because you put it in a game box, it might not always be upright. It won't always stay shaking around. Sometimes it still might spill, and if you are worried about a spill, you can take a piece of Scotch tape like so, make a handlebar, a knob for your finger by gluing the end together like that, and then just taking that and applying it to the top right here like so. And with that on there, this definitely will not spill. And all you have to do to open it is you have this big flap of a knob, pull, boom, done. Might have to switch that piece of tape every now and then, but either way, this will make playing the game much faster, much easier. And like I said, it does not take that long to build. Even for the inexperienced hand, it'll take you an hour on a Saturday, Sunday afternoon. And it'll be a fun little project. And hopefully it gets you more comfortable with print and plays. I love print and playing board games. And if you follow all my work, you'll be able to make any of them at home. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Sorry for all the delays, and I'm really excited for you guys to get your games. That's all. Brother Ming out.